Hi everyone. Nice to see you all again. Terribly sorry about the mishap here. So there was a small glitch in the link provided. However, it's been cleared. I hope everyone is here. I see that our esteemed jury is here, both of you. Thank you again, and for the for your patience. Really appreciate that. So yes. So shall we begin? Gayatri ma'am and Tyagarajan,
Yeah,
we start.
yeah, we can.
Yes.
Superb. So, hi everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aruna Venugopal. I am working with the Institute of Product Leadership, and it is my absolute honor and pleasure to welcome all of you to today's Skillathon for Agile Product Management. Today, we have the top performing teams of capstone presentation for each respective cohort. So congratulations, first of all, to all of you for being eligible and being a participant in the Skillathon happening today. Extremely proud of all of you. And so let's get started. All right. Before we begin, let me give you a brief about what Skillathon exactly is. A Skillathon is an event where the top performing learners demonstrate their understanding of a skill and application of the same in the context of a real world product idea as part of their learning journey to the industry practitioners and other learners. Now, before we get to the presentation, let me heartily welcome our beloved juries for the day, starting with Ms. Gayatri Prem Kumar, who is the Associate Director of Products. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Now,
Hello, team.
next up, next up we have Tyagarajan R, who is a Assistant Director of Product Management. Hearty welcome to you, Tyagarajan.
Thank you, Aruna. Good evening, everyone.
Before we begin, would either one of you would like to give a few words about what you're looking forward to today? How do you think the experience is going to be? Can we start with Gayatri, ma'am?
So, good evening, everyone. All the best for all of you. Uh, do well. I am not really sure whether this is your first Skillathon. Uh, few general points is keep it very precise. Uh, give us your problem statement very clearly because that will make us understand what you are trying to do. Even the other lengthy things, whatever you explain, this is going to set the pitch. So problem statement is something which is very critical. So make it very clear, and then the remaining will actually fall into place. So that is the one thing which I think will, if you are able to set that stage, it will be like all sorted for you today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very insightful. Thank you. Now, sir, I mean, he doesn't like to be addressed as sir. So, Mr. Tyagarajan, can we hear from you now?
Sure, Aruna. Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations to all of you. All right, and I think this is going to be a big stage for you to present all your skills, all your learnings. All right, all the best to you. Just keep it simple, right? And I'm just after a couple of years, I got this opportunity to interact with someone who is kind of like learning, right? Like from school or any institution. So I'm kind of like excited for this opportunity. Again, just keep it simple. And yeah, as Gayatri already called out, problem statement is critical, as well as other part of the problems, how are you going to approach it? Just try to kind of put everything in a concise way, so it will kind of help you communicate, help you kind of give the problems as well as your solutions in a structured way, and also the solution part, right? So I think your audience has someone very new to the space, right? So if you are kind of explaining this to someone new, how do you kind of explain? Just think from that angle and then present your work. All the best again.
Thank you so much, Tyagarajan, for that. Really good, way to start the meeting off. Really appreciate it. So yes, let's go forth with our next steps. So before we start, I'm sure most of you are already familiar with the guidelines. It must have already have been set by your own respective LX managers. Still, let me refresh your memory and for the jury's knowledge as well. So today's guidelines are very simple. Each team will have 10 minutes to present their capstone project or their, deliverable here in front of the esteemed jury. They'll have 10 minutes to do so. And me being the host, I shall remind you by the seventh minute that you have 3 minutes left for the to stop the presentation. This will be followed by 5 minutes of Q&A and feedback from our jury. So yes, and like you can see, only jury can ask questions to the participants after the presentation. Everyone gets to vote, even the audience, which I'll get to in a minute. Here, however, please note that jury score has higher weightage. Now, let's go forward with introducing the presenters for the day. So, first team, we have Dhananjay Kumar Pandey, Tapushi, and Ishan Singh Dio. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready. Thank you, Paul.
Super. So, I'll make it very simple for you. Whenever you guys are ready and going to share your screen, just let me know, and then I'll start the timer.
Sure. So I'm sharing the screen. I'm sending you a request. Please accept it. All right. No. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So now let's begin. You can start the recording. So hi everyone. We are Team Travel Darshak, Tapushi, Ishan, and Dhananjay, and we are building a platform to simplify how truckers discover and decide on truck packages. So today, truckers face a lot of problems because the industry is very fragmented and inefficient method of booking journey. They have to browse multiple platforms and find and compare truck packages with no standardization in pricing, safety, and reviews. Now, this leads to time-consuming research, low trust, and often poor booking decisions. Problem is even worse and critical for solo and women travelers due to safety concerns. Meanwhile, on the other side, credible OTS suffer to get the traction and conversions. So we dive deeper into this and did our customer interviews. From our customer interviews with 30 truckers, we found users typically check multiple websites, social media platforms, peer recommendations before booking, and this process is quite scattered, unstructured, and highly time consuming. With similarly, we have also interviewed OTAs, and they have also shared different perspective that they offer very good things to the truckers, but still they are not getting any tractions and conversions. So we tried to list all the problems for the truckers and the OTAs and try to quantify it. While quantification, we try to understand the impact of these problem listing and categorize the top few quantification as per the agile methodologies. We check the metric for individual trackers. They usually take 2 to 4 hours. If we are talking about group, if more than 7 members, for example, they takes around 14 hours to either decide or book or even compare the all the things which is available on the platform for their trek purposes. Normally, everybody who is trying to book a trek, they spend 5 to 7 platforms, ranging from Make My Trip to Instagram pages, Facebook, even peer referrals. And the percentage of efforts ranges from 70% on discovery in comparison, and only 30% or less is being spent on actual booking. While on the other side of the OTAs, less than 20% of OTAs are available for actual comparison of prices, itineraries, and things that they offer, which in turn results to only 10 to 15% of conversion rate. So with this quantification, we come to the hypothesis that we are building. And based on these insights, our hypothesis is if trackers are provided with single platform with standardized comparison of verified track packages, they will reduce decision time by 60 to 80% and make more confident booking. With this, we are proposing our solution, which is Travel Darshak. So Travel Darshak is a comprehensive comparison platform that aggregates and compare trek packages. So we are providing side-by-side comparison on price, safety, itineraries. We will also provide smart filters for personalized discovery of treks, verified badges, and reviews to build trust. We are also giving for trekkers one-stop solution for decision platform, and on the OTAs, it improves their visibility and conversion rate. Now let's talk about the market opportunities that we have quantified. We have TAM of 720, SAM of 390, and become very conservative, then we can book around and uh, get a potential revenue around 20 crore for the first quarter. This is the simple calculation that we have done for this. And these are the persona that we have built for Ananya, who is a typical Bangalorean IT person with their defined goals and needs, pain points, and motivation. And similarly, a genuine OTA founder of Monks on Wheels, Chetan, who we have interviewed and also gave us the entire things and personalities from goals and the pain points they often needs. So, in summary, Travel Darshak is not just improving bookings. We are solving decision inefficiencies in travel, starting with tracker, mounting tracking division, and gradually scaling into experientially travel business in the future. With this, I pass the podium to my colleague Taposhi to take you on the further slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishan. So hello, everyone. This is Taposhi. I'll quickly walk you through the further slides. So this is the problem prioritization. We have used the impact urgency matrix, and the must-do one are the one that we are prioritizing right now for our MVP. And those are, we have divided into the trackers and OTA problems. Mostly it is the time-consuming research, frustration in decision-making, low transparency with pricing and features, and also with credibility issue the OTA face because most of them are MSME, small to medium scale travel agencies. Next slide, please, Ishan. So yeah, so what's the vision of Travel Darshaks? So Travel Darshaks' aim is to become India's most trusted mountain trekking platform by aggregating all the verified online travel agencies and making the trackers' life easier to book trek with confidence, convenience, and trust. Next slide. So what makes Travel Darshak unique is first thing is this is the only platform right now in Indian market that is trying to aggregate and compare trek packages. And next is the listing of verified OTAs and also showing complete transparency in the OTA offerings and costs. And also we are showcasing data-driven performance analysis of the OTAs to the customer. Next slide, please. Yeah, in the BMC, we'll quickly go through the revenue stream. So our first revenue stream is the commission that we will be, that is, we are considering around 7% commission that we can get in every booking, and also the in-app advertisement. And also we have a OTA subscription option that is for priority listing and user analytic features. And for user also, we have subscription that is for personalization and then track itinerary builder features. And also we have affiliate partnerships, and for customer relationship that we will be building through loyalty and reward programs, and then continuous communication through email, WhatsApps. And for the OTAs, it will be smooth onboarding and also analytic driven insight of the user. We will provide them to improve their business. Next slide, please. Yeah, and this is the feature listing we have done for our solution. So that
team, you have 3 minutes left.
Yeah, so that we can, yeah, sure, thank you. So that we can prioritize our solution, our features. And next slide, please. Yeah, so we have used the Moscow prioritization, and the must-have are the one that we are putting in our MVP. Next slide, that we will show shortly. Yeah, and our North Star metric is the TDD, that is the how efficiently the platform reduces the research time and drive confident booking. And this numbers already my colleague have shown some time back. Next slide. So yeah, these are some of the supporting metrics. These are also I have spoken about the revenue metrics. These are just the numbers for those metrics that we are aiming, and also for the vendor we are aiming around 14 to 17 lakhs per year revenue through Travel Darshan. Next slide. Yeah, and these are some the tech infrastructure which we are not going through. This we have built for our web app planning. Next slide. Yeah, this is also the product or design, and also the team responsibility breakdown we have done in the next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we are not explaining due to time concern. I am passing it to Dhananjay for the roadmap and the MVP. Over to you, Dhananjay. Thank you.
So, hey, good evening, everyone. So, thanks a lot, Taposhi. Once we had coordinatedly worked across all the features and the small nuances and trade-offs that we wanted to have across the product for the customers to get their experience sorted, we came up with a roadmap, and we generally call it MVP release, increment release 1, and increment release 2. If we Ishan, if we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so this is what we are trying to cater in the month 1, 2, and 3, wherein we'll be having the features that are listed there, that is trackers listing and the directory, user accounts and profiles, and vendor onboarding. By the second month, search and filter, track detail, page review and ratings, and booking redirections. This will be the MVP through which we'll be able to put the particular module into the market and make sure that we can look across what's working well, what's not working well, and upon that, the things that we are going to put up above this particular framework comes in the increment release 1. Ishan, next slide, please. Yeah, so when we get to the increment release 1, we will be adding some more advanced filtering and sorting options there, push notifications, emails, and messages that you can get, the insurance add-ons that we can use for channelizing our revenue further, recommendations and personalized prioritization, similar trek suggestions. Like if someone wants to go to Kedar Kantha, they might also be interested in a nearby base camp, which is just near to Kedar Kantha if the slots are full for Kedar Kantha. Something on those grounds. Chat messaging through user and vendors. Offline download.
Team, actually, your time is up. Maybe you can have 30 more seconds to wrap up that thought.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you please take us to the next slide, Ishan? So if you just take the incremental release 2, this has a further features that are just to be added upon the layers that we have built across MVP and the increment release 1. And further are 6 to 7 slides, which shows us the agile readiness that we have catered throughout the releases. So we'll just take you through. So these are the stories that we built, the features and epics, and the ways that we have categorized it.
And also, Dhananjay, can you open the MVP quickly?
Yes, we are going to the MVP. Ishan, if you can,
Yeah, this is the MVP that we have built.
That's our MVP, which will go across the same. As we said, we will be having different tracks catered by different people over here. Ishan, if we can just show a quick demo on. Yeah. See, so as we open it, it will redirect to the pages that are needed. And we'll be having the vendor pages. It will finally redirect us to the vendor page through which we'll be able to cater all the bookings and other stuff. Yeah.
We can apply the filters from here. We can choose the date. And with these filters, the number of vendors or OTAs can be filtered out. And similarly, we can choose as per the or group size or duration for which we are booking the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also went across a testing module. We would just love to show that slide, and post that we'll just wind up. Can we just show the last slide, Ishan?
Yeah.
Yeah. This were the testing outcomes that we had. What worked, what went okay. Or just 1 second. We are really sorry for this.
Sorry, this.
Yeah, you can directly just go
Yeah,
there.
please share it.
So we just asked them what worked well, what needs improvement, like new ideas and opportunities and questions we still have. Like we just tried mapping out the bottlenecks that we had, and we are trying to figure it out in the upcoming times. So we are open for questions, and thanks a lot for all the time and a great platform that we have got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, team. Thank you so much for that. Now let's move forward with our jury's feedback. Shall we start with you, Gayatri ma'am? Do you want to give your feedback for the team?
Yeah, okay. So basically, what I have done is I have checked the product thinking, the solution, and your business canvas model, agile execution, your communication, that is the presentation, roadmap, and how much depth and realism is there in your problem statement and throughout the PPT. Uh, few things. One, you are trying to do an aggregator. I mean, when you explain the problem statement and the solution, you tried giving it like a marketplace kind where we can see everything and do the trekking, booking, and other stuff. Over a period, it became a aggregator model. So, trees the model and the solution. You have defined the problem statement in a fine way to a certain extent, but the solution has been turned out to a different way. That is one. And your TAM analysis, your serviceable market, I think you have taken almost 50% of the serviceable market, which usually is too high in the initial days. Maybe over a period like down the line of 2 to 3 years, you can achieve the 50%, not in the first year. So that is with respect to that. And when you explained about the 2 3 personas, the behavior of the persona is not available. I am not really sure whether you have not considered it or you have not added it in the PPT. But next time, when you define a persona or try to understand the problem or the detail from them, try to understand their behavior also, along with the demographic and other details. So that is one. And your features, what you have done in the MVP and what you showed in the end. One gap, maybe because we have a lot of AI tools like this Lovable, you were able to design the entire visualization of what you wanted in the product into the Lovable tool. But your MVP sticks only to 2 3 features. So you have to first try testing only the MVP with the user, because you are trying to give the MVP for first 1 or 2 months to the user. So users are not going to use everything in your Lovable page. They are going to use only your MVP. So if you try to give everything, definitely the experience will be too good because your Lovable is too good. The design, the wireframe, whatever you have done is really good. So everybody is going to like it. But is it what you are going to give an MVP? No. Then how will they know it? Even your chat, what you have given, the chat between a vendor, which I think is a very critical thing, because everybody we book, we try to call up the hotel 2 to 3 times, even with the general journey. Forget about a trekking. To normal tour wala booking also, we try to reach them out multiple times. So chat is very critical feature which should be there in MVP. And your filter, the basic filter is not also defined in the MVP. So these kind of critical features should be there in MVP, which you can figure out only when you know the behavior of your persona. Now you understand how, why all these things are critical. So yeah, that is there. And focus on your release roadmap based on these feedback and defining the persona and other things. Your problem statement is good. So yeah, Aruna,
Thank you.
I need to give the score now itself or later to you.
Well, up to you, ma'am. You can give it either
Okay.
after Tyagaraja's feedback or you can give it
Okay,
now.
then yeah. Okay, then we can give it together. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So after Tyagarajan's feedback, both of you can give the score simultaneously.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Now over to you,
Overall thought
Tyagarajan.
process is good.
Yes. All right. So you can hear that feedback as well. All
Okay.
right. Tyagarajan, would you like to address the team?
Yeah. Thanks, Arna. Thanks, Gayatri. First of all, the presentation was good, it was structured. So a couple of areas I'd like to address. First, starting with the North Star. I believe the North Star given was time to take a decision or booking decision, right? I'm not
Yes.
very sure how the team is planning to measure it because decision making is completely offline, right? So if you're just thinking from the time of coming to your website or even first part, how they kind of be aware of your website or like an app and then come there and then start the journey, right? So that part is not very clear. How are we planning to measure this? All right. Second part, this trekking is actually a seasonal business, right? If we are completely focusing on this, how are you planning to operate during the non-seasonal time, especially during the rainy season, right? So there will be definitely a dip in the business. So what is your strategy for that? So that I would like to listen from the team. And I see there is a threat from the existing players, especially the OTAs or the aggregators like say Pick Your Trail, right? So which is just a feature away, right? So what is the differentiating factor between Trek Darshan, Darshak, and then the existing players, right? And I see conversion the team has mentioned as 10 to 15 percentage, right? So 10 to 15 percentage is slightly on higher side. It's my kind of understanding from all the industry standards, right? So how did you kind of arrive at 10 to 15%? So these are some areas I would like to address, and then I'll get into the other nuances as well. Can someone
Okay.
from the team
Yeah.
address that?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Ishan,
Yeah,
you're
go
taking.
ahead, Tapushi. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ishan. Okay, so which one you're taking, Ishan?
Yeah, I'm talking about the conversion rate 10 to 15%. It was actually, sir, for the earlier when we presented for the quantification of the problem. So 70% effort was divided between the group of people or single person deciding in 10 to 15, 14 hours. As per our interviews with 30 people, that if they are discovering it for 14 hours, only after discussing among themselves, only to see taking a decision for a booking or usually takes very less time. It is only the discovery and comparison which takes more time. So effort is very more. Let's say 10 hours out of 14 hours is for comparison and searching and uh, checking across all the social media platforms. But once they take a decision, it only take hardly 15 to 20 minutes in any case, be it a travel darshak or any competitors to book.
Mhm.
So for in that 14 hours of window, it was the conversion rate for final booking was only 10 to 15%, which we are reducing. We are reducing it from we aim to reduce decision from 10 to 14 hours to 2 hours, which will improve trust and conversion. And we are giving certain filters in our MVP also, which includes basic things also, which is related to uh, here if we say emergency SOS, star rating, eco-friendly, which will and equipment are available or not, as Gayatri ma'am has asked. So we will do all these things to reach a point. Although chat is unavailable, we can add it, but we can do that. Next part of your question was why we chosen TTD, the time to decision, because our entire thing for travel darshak which we envisioned, it based upon only for the fragmentation of and lack of discovery and to a lack of decision taking mechanism to decide. Now we understand that it's a subjective matter that everybody decides again, but due to extensive interviews also the group was very less. we try to quantify it into the nearest possible manner and try to make sense of the data that we have collected. So that is the reason the quantification talks about 2 hours to 2 to 4 hours for one individual or 14 hours for the group of individual.
Yeah, and I
So
think you
that's
asked how do we calculate that? So that is because if someone is booking through our application, that is something we will track from the time of they have logged in and trying to doing the discovery and clicking the booking button, and we are redirecting them to the actual OTA site. So that's how we will actually uh, calculate that TDD. We'll track that and.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So if the
Because
user is redirecting to any third party site for booking, right? Are there any sort of like feedback from them that the trek has been booked and the user has redirected from your site to theirs?
Yeah, good question, sir. Actually, most of the people were not ready to share the APIs for
Mhm.
the webhook information so that we can capture this particular thing that we are sharing. But we try to use a particular thing in which, in this our website itself, if the user is redirecting, then there will be a log generated. And we were in our initial days, if APIs is absent, we were just checking the logs that is directing. If they are fully fletching and going for a direct choosing our platform with our deals, then it is already available. So this is right. This is initial hiccup, but with the
Mhm.
logs we are tracking. But once we are into the field, established our trust, then API. I think Chetan was ready to share API in the later phases if we are able to scale it up. And he's the
Okay.
real person who is running Monk on Beats in Bangalore itself. And we have also talked about their behavior also, but haven't discussed in the presentation.
Okay. So one follow question on this. So your
Mhm.
revenue model is 7% conversion, right? And if the integrations are not done and there is no feedback on the booking, how are you going to reconcile and then generate your revenue?
Revenue for, can you please ask it again, sir? I didn't get it completely. But
Okay, so here your commission is
Mhm.
your revenue model, right? So on a booking, you
Yeah,
will get 7%, right?
yeah,
So now the booking is happening, third party side, correct?
yes,
And currently there is no integration between your system and the third party ecosystem, right? So that means
yeah.
there is no feedback loop. My question is, if the users are redirecting to them and then the bookings are happening, right? How are you going to reconcile that and then account it for your revenue? What will be your revenue source now? Because booking, everything is happening there, and I believe then the third party will have to pay you later, right? Once the trek
Yes.
is completed, right? So now without the integration, so you are completely in the dark on what is happening on the other side. So how are you planning to, account for your overall revenue?
So yeah, so initially, since we have built it that it totally depends upon the people, we will try to encourage users by giving some deals, logging for deals and insights, and will provide a dashboard which will encourage the users to choose this platform or platform to give us the data, which will help us to cash the money from the end client. In the case which you are asking, if we are redirecting it, so our initial aim was to reduce time to discovery. So we want to end users to at least book it. We will track the logs later, and we will try to devise a certain plans. We might have ad revenues related to this. There will be an ad can come into the picture or something like this, which we have talked in the Taposhi has explained about the other sources of money that we will be including into this, that we can include with the redirection option. But yeah, initially we will be only tracking via the logs and it will take some times to get some money or back. But we will try to make it more advertise and market, do some marketing relate and encouraging end user to book first. So initial for 1 to 2 years, it will take some little bit toll if most people are redirecting it, but we will at least earn some subscription based money or ad based money with this option. With the below option, we are anyhow getting the deals and insight and encouraging end users to spend a little bit more and get detailed dashboard and support. So we will sell it like premium something subscription based, and this will be for initial traction so that they can discover more authentic OTA providers.
Thank
And
you.
I think we answer your question regarding that seasonal thing about tracking. So right now we don't have any prominent plan for that. That I mean, right now it will work in the seasonal basis only. But yeah. But our future goal is to incorporate all kind of travel
Tourism
aggregation
such as
here. Yeah, tourism aggregation here, including those.
devotional tourism also, because
Yeah,
it happens throughout the years,
yeah.
and medical tourism. So it is the only starting wedge, but we will be going to expand it to Jammu based or Vaishno to even Sabrimala, something like that. We have in picture in our mind. Right now, we are only focusing from mountain trekking, niche based, and then we will be scaling.
The entire idea was it to scale it to the idea was to start it for the smaller MSMEs and smaller players who can have one single fine ground where they have space for competing with the actual gigantic players which are there in the market. But the end goal of the product was to make sure that we are standing as a competitor with those market leaders. And to tackle that, the first point where we can enter and explore was this trekking segment that we took. So the vision is to be an aggregator for the whole travel thing, at least inside India, so that we can cater things accordingly. Uh, Certainly appreciate the view and the judgment that you had, sir, that
Yes.
what we will be doing off seasons and other stuff. We had a discussion on that, but yes, we did not get to a solution on it because off season things what we had is that seasonally this will be the thing that we want to experiment because this was an easier group to go experiment and tap into because they were of the same age and we were able to get more customers and interviews done to understand the category better. So once we understand the travel industry in a little more senseful way, we'll expand it to different perspectives as well. And when we expand across the different perspectives, we'll have enough bookings even in the off seasons. But the catering or the world or the personas that we'll cater will be different. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, team. Now, both the juries, would you like to give the score for team one, starting with Gayatri ma'am?
Yeah. Mm, the final score I would like to give this out of 10. It would be around 6.5 because they need that clarity in solutioning part. The problem statement is finalized, defined, but remaining all other things is something which they need to focus more on. And right from business model, everything they have to focus and rework and refine it. So it will be 6.5.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, Tyagarajan, would you like to go forward and give them the score out of 5?
Yes. So on scale of 10, I would give 5. The reason is purely on the business model because two aspects. One, the business model. Second, the problem I feel with the existing business model that you mentioned will still remain as unsolved because trust and safety are the two key factors that they initially started with. And if they are at the mercy of the travel organizers, right? Again, the safety and trust factor will remain unsolved, right? And also on the revenue model, right? So that is not very clear. If advertisement is the first source of income during the initial days, then I would have loved to see how many users are coming onto the website. Basically, the traffic to the number of lead generations, and then number of impressions. So that will lead to XYZ numbers, right? So that is missing. So my rating is 5.
Thank you, Tyagarajan. Now, it's time for the audience poll. So here, basically, you have the QR in front of you, all of you, so that you can cast your votes. You can go ahead, scan the QR, and cast the votes for team one. I can give you 20 seconds for the same. All right. Thank you so much, audience. And once again, thank you so much, Team One, for your presentation. Now let's quickly take a look at the votes. So for problem identification and need addressal, for value proposition formulation, for hypothesis testing, yeah. And finally, for BFC, persona, customer interviews, empathy map, and value map. So that's it from the audience. Thank you so much. All right. Now let's progress to our team two, who are Susmita, Sonia, and Vijay Karthikeyan.
Hi. Okay. Sharing my screen.
Sure. Whenever you guys are ready, let me know. I'll start the timer. Yes, your screen is visible now.
Thank you. Okay. So presenting to you Wonderwise, ethical travel platform powered by AI. Let's move on to the problem here. Imagine that you are planning a vacation, and with given the climate change and everything that's happening with the climate, you decide that okay, you want to travel eco-friendly this time, and then you go to different you do your own research, go to different platforms, apps, and you go do your own research, and you realize the problem, it is the greenwashing, low community impact transparency, and fragmented discovery. Then you're not alone here. As backed by Booking.com's research, 76% of the people want to travel sustainably, but due to these issues, they face difficulty in actually booking a trip and actually doing their vacations more sustainably. Let's move on to the problem discovery approach. So this we have used double diamond process for the problem discovery, and for the investment evaluation, we have used desirability, feasibility, and viability. So for the discovery, we used a smoke test landing page wherein we requested user to join the waitlist, and we saw a lot of traffic on it, and that kind of gave us an assurity that this is something that would eventually turn that there are more users out there who would want to travel ethically. And based on this, we are trying to solve a major gap, which is the trust that gave us the go ahead to proceed with the investments. This is our market opportunity, and the major thing that I would like to highlight here is that 76% of travelers out there are willing to pay premium for verified sustainable stays. Um, so the market fit validation, the challenges that we noticed is the sustainable options and sustainable claim that we would highlight in our features through sustainable verification framework, transparent scoring, and certification validation layer. The second challenge that we noticed is the community impact transparency that would be highlighted through community impact transparency dashboard, and through and the other challenges that the users would face is the fragmented planning and planning friction that would be taken care through centralized E2E travel planning platform and seamless UX. So Wonderwise. So here, our product vision is to make every journey for the planet, for the local communities, and for the traveler through trust, through verification, community impact, transparency, and AI-powered eco agent and planning through frictionless ethical planning. Our business model canvas. So I'll just quickly walk you through that. This is for the verified ethical travel, and our revenue generation is through commissions and subscription, and targets are ESGs, local NGOs, and the community cooperatives. The personas that we have is Aisha, Rohan, and Priya. So Aisha, her pain point is that she wants to book a eco-friendly trip, but due to high cognitive load and research time that it takes, she goes back to booking a usual trip. But with this platform, she would be able to book a eco-friendly trip through E2A centralized platform. For Rohan, community comes first. So for him, we have the community impact a dashboard that would help him uh, see how the money that he has spent goes into building the community. For Priya, our certification layer, the sustainable certification layer that we have, and and the other community impact dashboard that we have would help Priya with her reporting. Let's move on to competitive landscape. So here we are comparing Booking.com, EcoBnB, and other competitors with Vanderwise, and so our key players or the key important features would be the verified sustainable rating, community impact transparency, AI powered trip copilot that we discussed about, eco agent, ESG scope 3 reporting, and with this we would be able to scale globally. Okay, over to Vijay.
Yeah, thanks, Ashmita. So I will take you through the architecture that development architecture that we are using it. This has been guided with the help of the Agile teams that follow the Scrum framework, and that's the reason we see the list of features being classified as epics. For example, like impact scoring, and then the EcoSmart itinerary planner, and then the dashboard, etc. We also feel that despite everything is important, all the features being important, we also feel that we are developing AI Copilot kind of solution incorporated within our solution to help more and ensure that the users are kind of enlightened with a lot of details, etc. I just want to share how it has been working there. For example, the user is able to pick up a conversation or a chat by asking few questions to the Copilot and get answers regarding their planning their trips, how it is going to impact the greenwashing, and then the carbon emission, etc. like that. This architecture is being guided or helped with the help of the rack-powered trust engine that only gives all the vetted data from the suppliers that we have, so that the response that we get it as a result of the generation generated by the AI is always true and efficient. So the product backlog, how it has been built is with the help of the prioritization that we have done. We use the Moscow prioritization, and what we have is the must-have stories are for the MVP, and then we would always try other stories like should have and could have to be moved as the further releases like release 2 and then the enhancements, etc. like that. So we, based on the prioritization, all the epics is being drafted with the user stories that we have, and that's how the stories are being built and the product backlog is being built. And each the story is following the invest characteristic and then the acceptance criteria to ensure that the team understands fully the end-to-end flow, and it has been tested. Even each and every user story has been tested and it is ready for shipping and releasable like that. So when we have all this product backlog being built, we would see that the team would be taking this user stories from the user story map based on the prioritization classification that we have, what all for MVP and what all for the further releases. And then they do further refinements by breaking down into smaller structures, and then they are able to understand what exactly they are going to build it. And then they are completely understand.
Team, you have 2 minutes left.
Sure. Identify the dependencies and risk, etc., like that, and then estimate the story point also. So they sit for the sprint planning and then identify the stories that they have prioritized, and then pick up the stories for the upcoming sprint, and then they start following the Scrum framework to follow the other ceremonies like that. I would hand over to Sonia for the release and the communication roadmap.
Thank you, Vijay. So here's the product roadmap. So we have 6 2-week sprints starting from April to June. So first sprint is focused on our MVP, the code trust and the discovery feature would go live. And sprint 2 will go live with our AI eco agent beta usability improvements, etc. And similarly, sprint 4, 5, and 6. That is what we have planned for the product roadmap. And going to the release roadmap prioritization, grooming, and validation. We have prioritized based on the Moscow again. So the customer value and trust comes first always. So we groom every user story before the sprint starts. Acceptance criteria are written, dependencies are flagged, points are estimated, and we validate real business customers at every sprint gate. Moving on to stakeholder communication. So we have identified 7 stakeholders, 5 channels, and 4 cases. So based on for each, this is a table that says how we are going to communicate to our each of the stakeholders in the journey. Then coming to feedback loop and collection. So we don't wait till the launch is done to learn. So these are the 5 feedback channels that we have identified and which will run parallelly. So everything goes in the same loop: collect, analyze by theme, prioritize by RISE, scoring, build it in the next sprint, measure it with a feature level KPIs. So the product evolves every 2 weeks based on the real behavior, not assumptions. So we have created very basic wireframes, only focusing on our MVPs. So these are the basic wireframes that it will look like, very basic, only focusing on our MVPs. And then next slide, just in 10 more seconds, that's all.
Sure.
So revenue growth projections that we have is our revenue model is very simple. We'll take around 12% of commission on every booking, plus the premium listing fees from host and subscription for frequent travelers. So from year 2, we have this B2B focus where we have this ESG model coming into picture for our corporate clients. And these are our projected numbers that we are aiming year on year. So when coming to go-to-market strategy, we are not trying to be everywhere. So we start first focus in India, especially in Kerala, because we already have an established responsible tourism ecosystem with government backing. So phase 1 is all about partnering with 50 verified hosts on board through Kerala Tourism Mission Partnership, and building our users based on Instagram, LinkedIn, targeting eco-conscious millennials. So we validate the demand based on the waitlist before we launch, and then we move accordingly phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So that's the plan that we have, and this is sustainable. As we have seen, sustainable travel is actually a $30 billion market with just a trust problem that it has. So Wonderwise does not just list options, but it verifies them, shows where your money goes, and now use AI to make ethical platform effortless. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, team. I appreciate it. Now let's progress to the feedback session. So this time, Tyagarajan, would you like to take the lead?
Yeah, sure. So I really enjoyed the presentation. It was really kind of like structured and then well thought through. I think it covered all the bases. So a couple of queries from my side. All right. So the persona I witnessed was all from B2C segment, right? Or if I'm wrong, like I do not see from B2B.
The last persona was B2B,
Yeah.
B2B. Okay.
yeah, for the ESG corporate.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. 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 Thanks. So you mentioned about the integrations with Kerala tourism, right? So what is your GTM for this? Both the vendor and the supply and demand side?
So Tyagarajan, basically we thought what will be, because this is a completely a platform where we already have little competitors in it, like we explained in the earlier phase. But the competition, I mean, the main problem is the trust. So whatever you see in the UI and it says that is an eco-friendly place, and lot of posting that we see today that just says the number that we are we are controlling the carbon emission in such a certain percentage. We are using solar panels, we are doing our waste management and water management like this, but this does not have a proper verification to it. So the user have to go and then do a lot of, so basically the problem comes from there. So we thought already, because there was a initiation that is done by the Kerala tourism already, so we thought maybe our vision aligns with whatever is already ongoing there, so it would be a safer route for us to go and pitch this to them, saying like, okay, we will collaborate. And then that is what we are not in making a huge enlisting also, just 50 eco-friendly tourism places that is already there. So we thought this would be a safer way to do it. But I don't know if I'm answering you on the demand and
Yeah,
supply.
yeah.
But this is just a very wide, a brief approach we have as of today. That is what it is. So
Okay,
we
and
still have to.
from the demand side, what is your GTM?
Demand side, I think we still have to kind of, we think that like we said, the beta version that we're going to launch, right, the waitlisting time. So we're going to have a basic waitlist platform that will be created. So based on which we think at least we can sign up to 50 to 100 users. So which will tell us what will be the demand for us to launch this platform. And then we'll take it up from there, from the supply side as well.
Okay, so how are you planning to take these signups? Is it through all your social media platforms?
Yeah, social media platform. Yeah.
Okay, what is your North Star?
I think we have not added that in the slide. Do we have, Vijay, Shushmita? I think we should.
I think that slide
Okay.
is missing, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Another question I have is on the repeat rate, since this is on the tourism side, right? It runs on repeat, like the customers who are kind of like coming back to the platform, all right? What is the expected return rate?
I think we have not focused much on the GTM itself. Like we have not focused on the how much will be our CAC value, or how much we are expecting it to be. We've not focused more on that concept. So Agile was the mindset that we
Got
had.
it.
So we focus more on how we're going to present it as a sprint product. How was our approach using Agile is what was mainly concentrated.
Got it.
And the
Okay.
revenue projection was just given as part of a backup, saying this idea is actually valuable in today's market, Tyagarajan. Yeah.
And the
Okay.
initial response that we got from the
Yeah.
research that we did it.
Got it. Okay.
Mm.
So, the first sprint is the launch of MVP, right? That's
Yeah.
what I understood.
Yeah.
So, with all the integrations and then like taking to the market,
It would definitely take 3 sprints for the MVP itself, and we still have further sprints planned for the features and enhancements to support the MVP.
Okay. Okay. So overall, it was nice. Like now you covered a lot of areas. The structure was nice. Even the inputs that went into the slides were really good. So few areas that if you could, well, because you had mentioned valuation and then the Series A, right? So when we go into that path, definitely these metrics are very important, right? So if we are mentioning that, then this becomes kind of like mandatory. So that is something you could have focused. Overall, the model, yes, there is a boom in the eco travel space. Not just like the elite club now, almost from the mid segment upwards, right? People are kind of preferring more green travel. And yeah, you touched upon greenwashing. So that is one of the biggest problems in the eco-friendly world. Like, no, it could be travel or anything. But yeah, greenwashing is one area that you focus. I think you also mentioned about like no real-time feedback, right? That will go into your product, and I think you also had a RAG-based, approach, right? So yes, that I think covers your overall feedback loop. So that part was really nice because for an MVP, this level, if you have thought through that, it is definitely a good, analysis and then approach, I would say. Mm, yeah. One area is the metrics. I'm kind of like, always focus on metrics maybe. So that is one area that you can focus, if not all, the metric, but North Star and like, one or two health metrics would definitely do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noted. Thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tyagarajan. Now, Gayatri ma'am, would you like to address the team?
Yeah. So overall, because it is agile product management, the topic you have focused mainly on the agile part, which is like designing the entire project with MVP, user story, roadmap. So that part is very well done and structured. But when we get into linking the problem, solution, persona, and your entire structure, the entire cycle is you have to rework on it. So I have few things. One, you have upfront said there is a chat. It is actually a chatbot. If you want, you can directly integrate a chatbot for chatting purpose. You don't want to actually build one. And when you try to build it, I think there was only 2 weeks, one sprint you have put for some AI related one, which is very minimal because I don't know whether any model exists also. So if no model exists, you have to work on a model also. This is something which maybe you can take it up in a later stage, but you have to check whether any readily available solution are there for you to work. So when it comes to the MVP or the structuring front, that is something which I think is not. You have to look again one more time on your AI planning. Basically, the AI related feature and other stuff. Next is the depth and the structure. As I said, because you have focused only on the MVP roadmap and other stuff, the entire depth of your problem statement and your solution is something which you need to go back and check one more time because at times your problem doesn't fit into your solution. One critical thing is how are they going to discover it, and there will be a lot of constraints. How will people discover your platform that you are doing eco-friendly tourism? Somebody claims eco-friendly but they are not doing eco-friendly, but how will people believe that you are going to do it? That is, if that is the problem, then the solution should address this part, which I think is not covered. Or I don't know whether you I have missed the feature, but you if you have done it, that should be your MVP first. Uh, right? So you are
Yeah,
getting
so we had
ha
mentioned about transparency. So that is
yes.
where, I mean, they mention it, but our
For
platform is going
transparency, what is the
yeah,
feature? You have to have a feature for transparency,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
The if there are 5 pain points, have 5 features for all those pain points. Then you are addressing all the pain point of a customer, and the solution will fall into place, and you will have a product that actually will fit into the market. Now, if the problem is not addressed, then this is yet another product in the market. So it will look like that. So that is something which I think should be addressed. Okay. So just give me a minute. Okay. So this is yeah. So this is these are the things, and your TAM. You have said your TAM is 300 billion. That is in terms of numbers, right? Is this travel value or what is this number? The your total accessible market?
That is my question as well. How did you arrive at Som and Tam?
It is
So
the
it
value
is
or the number of users. What is it actually?
no, it is the value by the period 2028 that we have mentioned over there.
The
Once when it is
amount of
launched and
to
over the period of time.
the amount of money people spend on tourism.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. But you have to check on the number of users also, right? Because the number people spend different amount on a trip. Somebody spends 10,000 for a trip and say somebody else will pay even 20, 30,000 for the same trip and same journey. So that depends entirely on the spending power and how they are traveling and other stuff. So try to take the number of users also and see your Sam and Sam and other things. Okay. So yeah.
And just to respond to your point regarding the AI that we are doing it in a sprint, we have mentioned that an initial beta version would be provided for the MVP itself, and we wanted to evolve based on that. So that's how we are trying to do it. Of course, we do understand the integration dependencies that we have. And thanks for your feedback on checking whether we already have a model or not like that. Yes.
Yeah. So one critical thing as a product manager, when we design an MVP, this is not for this team in general. When we design an MVP, if there is a solution readily available, take it, integrate it. If it is a critical solution needed for your user also, you are addressing some pain point with that solution. Then if somebody else is having it, take it, integrate it, go live. Then the user will have a feature also. You will burn some money instead of building it for 6 months down the line. You are having it from day one. So that is how, when you think about an MVP and a solution, we should do. Most of the companies today, what you see, doesn't do everything what we see. Some of the feature in the backend, they integrate it with some other system and they just give it. They don't build that particular feature from scratch. They just integrate it with some other application who are already in the market and who have a better solution. Just take it, integrate it, and use it. So most of the people does it. Many of the industry B2B products, mostly you see people does it. It's like you don't build a Bluetooth from scratch. We just buy the Bluetooth technology, integrate, and sell your product. You want to sell the product, not build the Bluetooth technology. So that is where your business model also. Building a Bluetooth technology doesn't fall into the business model when you are selling a hardware. Same logic. So you are solving a traveler problem, not a technology problem. So if a technology is available, integrate it. This is how people decide what feature to be built or what to be buy. The buy versus build. Okay. So this is one. Yeah. It's clear? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Completely agree with your reflections.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. Sorry. All right. Now, Tyagarajan, would you like to go ahead give them the score?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, give the score out of 10.
Okay. So I'd give 7 on 10 for the overall. Right.
All right. Thank you. Now, Gayatri ma'am.
6 on 10.
Thank you both.
All right. Thank you so much. Now it's time for the audience to cast their vote. So at the other teams and the audience in there, you can please scan the QR and cast the votes for the team. You can have 20 seconds. Okay, thank you so much, audience and other teams, for casting your vote. Now let's see the results. All right. Thank you so much, Team 2. Really appreciate all the effort that you've put in for your project. And now
Thank you.
let's progress to Team 3, which is Tanya. I believe she's going to be presenting alone.
Hi,
So Tanya, whenever you're ready.
yes. Am I audible?
Yeah,
I'll just share my screen.
sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I think you can start recording. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. I'm here to present my project, US Market Expansion MVP, Agile Case Study. So this is focusing on expanding a B2B2C brokerage platform from Indian equities into US markets. The approach is MVP first, which where we prioritize access, validation, and speed over completeness. So the goal is not to build everything upfront, but to launch, learn, and scale. Moving forward. So moving forward, here is the problem statement. Currently, the problem is that the platform has only Indian equities, and the users want to diversify. Those who are impacted are the retail investors and the brokerage, as it's a B2B2C platform. The model, so the brokers are also affected. And we are seeing a consistent rise in queries from both the parties, from the users, from the support channels, from brokers, in demos, through the sales teams and all. So it's around 40 to 45% investor inquiries, 50% broker conversations. So it shows that actually the demand is there, and this is something that we have to meet based on, because it's an unmet demand from our platform. And from a business lens, we are targeting growth around 30 to 35%, that is 16% relative growth, and around 5,000 users in 3 months. So the core problem lies around the high demand, and our platform lacks the US market access. So, and the demand is validated via the conversations and sales demos and all. Now, success matrix, it depends on the 3 to 5% around active US traders. So it shows within 60 days. So it shows that it's a real adoption. It's not only the users are interested, but they're active and they're using using the platform, actively trading. So hence 3 to 5% active US traders, then 85 to 90% trade completion rate. So this shows that the users are this is the trust, and we are providing users a frictionless experience where they are able to use the platform and play successful trades. So the focus is on quality of users and not just volume. So let's dive into the discovery approach. Now, the discovery message, as I mentioned, it was sales led instead of interviews, because we had the clear the demand signals. And then the key insight is that it's a capability gap. The decision is that we want to focus on the MVP, and it would be a very simple MVP, and the other deeper validation can be post launch. Moving on, the user segments, the early adopters are the Indian investors who are exploring diversification, NRIs who are aware of already familiar with the US markets, the broker partners who want to pitch it to their clients as a offering and get that revenue benefit. And early adoption is primarily among these user sets. They are blocked by access and not by knowledge. These are the personas that I've covered. One is a globally aware individual investor, and they already understand the companies. They are just looking for a platform, and they already have other platforms, but they're using this, and they want one platform for all, and not go to other broker for primarily using the US. Primarily investing in US stocks. The other persona is the aspiring user investors. This is the persona who learner persona, where they need simplicity and confidence before going. They're learning about the market. They're learning, so they have a low risk appetite. So they want to understand and invest small and go as learn along while using the platform. The third is a broker partner who needs speed and revenue opportunity. So together, these three personas define that why we need to build, how we need to design, and why the urgency matters. Then these are the competitive insights. I had analyzed the user-facing experiences of few other platforms, the US and international platforms. So mostly what they give is they start with US and they keep the MVPs very simple. Basic functionalities are very simple for users to explore, and mobile is usually the entry point, and while web is used for deeper review. So now this is the MVP decision. The rationale is the MVP intentionally focus on US equities only. Demand signals reflect that there is a necessity for that. Demand from users, brokers, sales. And this allows the validation with lower complexity before expanding further. The product vision and strategic fit, the vision is that for Indian investors seeking international diversification, this product enables a simple regulated access to US equities and via a one unified investment platforms where they can have their Indian markets investment also and the US global investments also. So strategic fit is expand beyond domestic markets, strengthen the B2B2C model, create foundation for global expansion. This is the value proposition canvas where we have given all the gains, pains, customer jobs have been mentioned, and based on that, the product and services that we have decided upon, and the gain, pain relievers and gain creators, our product is giving the integrated US equities, and it eliminates needs for multiple apps. This is a solution overview where US stocks is introduced as a core capability, and our core solution is valid stock data, tracking, we have watchlist, buy and sell functionalities, watchlist trading portfolio.
Tanya, you have 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Design principles are very simple, familiar user experience, familiar familiar access to the user, familiar trading patterns. The core journey is to be kept as similar as possible for the user to get accustomed to the platform. And platform specific optimizations are deferred until user patterns are clear. Then this is the MVP scope and feature prioritization. MVP focus on high intent actions. It focuses, we have used a Moscow model for prioritization. The must-haves are the discovery, trading, portfolio, price and market clarity, and is a watch list. And we have deferred it for now is the advanced analytics and fractionals and all. And so this includes the basic functionalities like search, stocks, and trading. So this ensures we have a faster launch, faster learning, and lower risk. These are the some of the designs that were created just for reference, which includes the discovers, screen, search, watches, portfolio, and order screen. This is a business model canvas. So the value is unified in US investing via brokers. The revenue comes from brokerage and platform fees, and our cost structure, it includes the data and exchange fees, the custody and clearing fees, and the technology and compliance fees. So the key risk here is perceived this is the business model canvas. Moving ahead, this is an agile backlog overview where it is structured from epics to stories, and all stories are Moscow prioritized, the one previously mentioned, and it is structured as epics, features, user stories. So MVP guideline is clear, intentional, and traceable. Again, the summary of the Moscow. Then these are each story has the acceptance criteria, negative scenarios, positive scenarios. And the sprint 1 focuses on discovery and evaluation. That's for 2 weeks. Sprint 2 focuses on tracking and readiness for trading. And each sprint has the testable outcomes, focus on discovery, evaluation, tracking, and yes. Then this is the MVP strategy, discover and delivery run in parallel. We have the feedbacks from the teams and the brokers and the wireframes. They reduce the risk before scaling. So this aligns with Agile's inspect and adapt mindset. So it reduces the risk before launch. Then this is a communication, collaboration, and framework. Internal communication with the ceremonies and the external. Our decisions are just 10 more seconds. Decisions are driven by real usage and feedback and not assumptions. So this MVP is designed for to capture demand, validate the user behavior, and enable growth. Post MVP, it's involved like more deepening more the US more on the US capabilities, including more features, enhancing the discovery, building more screeners for users to understand more on this part, and expand to global markets. So here we are focused on build, measure, learn, and scale. And this is the appendix that various things were used. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tanya, for that. Really appreciate it. Now, let's move to feedback. Gayatri ma'am, do you want to give Tanya her feedback?
Yeah. Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
Tanya, you said these are real feedback. Is this some app that is live, or how did you get the real feedback?
I'm currently working, and this was a real project that I took because I was currently working on some of it. So it's a real project. I was working to implement Agile in this. So that is how I get it.
Okay. You have a competitor, right? In money and all kind does the same thing.
Correct.
So you have done any competitive analysis?
Yes.
Okay,
Across IBKR, Ind Money, and Vested.
kind of harvested. Okay. So what is the problem you are trying to address, which is not addressed in those products?
So we were for our users. So that the actual benefit that I did not mention here was something on the regulatory part. So I have mentioned there that it's a very seamless regulation wise. It's very easy for the users. That's a generic line given there. So the benefit that we are giving from the users is that we have a existing user base here on our own application currently, and we want to expand it. So if we are getting the demand from our existing users, we want to give them an in-app experience where they can have the US stocks along with this, so they do not have to go to another broker for this. So we want to keep the customers inside the app with us.
Okay. Okay. So I'll get into few feedbacks. One, maybe because this is an existing product where you have generally there is a product part. Your entire thing is because you know you are too deep into this brokerage kind of firm. Probably you are overlooking the entire product part. I'll tell you what product part is. You have said we are in MVP. The first thing is discovery and evaluation. So, what are the feature you are trying to introduce for discovery and evaluation?
Okay.
So that is something that should the discovery and evaluation should get translated into features. Maybe a list of features or few MVP critical features. Feature I meant options like search option. The entire net worth of the customer is something which they can see. All the stock portfolios will be listed along with the up and down curve. So certain insights which are too technical, which a normal user cannot understand, which is not available in these platforms. Even today, most of the brokerage or the trading platforms, some of the technical analysis, what is available today is not understandable for a common person. So we are going to make it in such a format that everybody can understand, or we will integrate a chatbot where the customer can just type, what is my net worth today? It will give the entire net worth. Will my net worth grow X numbers in next 2 years? It will say yes or no, or it is going to give me a suggestion on. These are the pain point which should get addressed in the product, in turn in the feature, which I think either covered or not covered in the presentation, or you have not covered it. Try to think it in that way.
Okay, so
You
the
are understand.
yeah,
Yes.
I got your point, because when we talk about search, it's not a single search. We have to deep dive into that. So
Yes.
I included features like search and watch list and all, but I had made a user stories from a very
Okay.
similar basic, like user can search, you can search by the symbol, and you can search by the some company name, not deep diving into it, and including something like a calculator into it, because for MVP, I thought that these are the basic core functionalities. Like, we want to have a happy path first. If a user is having if I'm having already an Indian similar app, and I want to go into have the same experience as the US market, so I want first that experience to be simpler, and so that users can follow that, and then I can add it as an additional features. So here I included only basic things where the a trade path will be included, like search, discovery, where the gainers and all should be there, search, then trading, and then a portfolio and watch list. So
Okay. So when you design such kind of feature, ensure that if there is a problem which the user is having in it, in the current products available, and try to solutionize it. Everything right from your discovery, evaluation, what are all the features you are trying to give for the discovery part? What is the feature which you are going to give for the evaluation part? Eventually, your MVP 2, 3, everything should have a list of features, not one or two, a list of features. If you try to go with that structured approach, probably some of the things which you might think that user doesn't need, or it is not a problem, is something which you will discover eventually, and you will try to do it. So, I mean, you'll try to add it in your product. Most of the times, many people did not even know that there is a problem which the user is having it in the product, that somebody else discover, try to pitch the product, new one will have a perfect product market fit. So that is how they do it. So yeah, to achieve a product market fit, go with the structure. A proper structure thinking is needed, and this feature listing is very critical, which you have to rework on it. Okay. Yeah. Options like dashboard, filters, your entire network, a chatbot, all these kind of things. Today, if somebody is giving me a chatbot where I can chat and ask, that is something which is like sorted in most of the cases. Many people will love it. Uh, to have such kind of things. With all those AI and stuffs available, you can try such things. Okay.
thank you for the
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so
We
much,
can
ma'am.
move on. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the feedback.
Okay. All right. Tyagarajan, would you like to give Tanya her feedback?
Yep. So Tanya, I found like no, you have covered the personas. I think you are focusing on a very niche segment. One is market aware customer or the investor who wants to expand beyond Indian market, and also risk averse investor who wants to kind of diversify the portfolio, right? So the other thing I wanted to see is like, when you have these type of users, right? So they already have some expectations in the mind in their mind, like so they are already in multiple platforms. So your table stake becomes very important for your product, adoption as well as kind of like stickiness, right? So MVP becomes very critical. So one, definitely you will have to have list down the table stakes, right? They'll not have any kind of like no problem statement like your logins, regulatory needs, your integrations with banks. All right. So those are all table stakes. On top of that, what are they additionally looking for? Like, you mentioned about US market discovery, all those. Right. So what are you trying to do in those space, right? List down the problems and then solution for that. All right. It could be a feature or it could be some sort of like visuals that you may cover in your MVP part. Um, Other thing you mentioned about like you're not covering fractional investment, right? Or fractional shares.
Yeah. I mean,
So
so because that has to be included like as a second in the second phase as an additional feature where
mm,
because fractional includes a fractional engine and some more complexities and all, so we want to have it as an additional offering in the second phase. That
okay,
is
so
why.
could you
It
just
was
help
a
me
known
understand?
notion. Sorry.
Could you help me understand this fractional shares, like just a very
So
high
what
level
happens
view?
is if fraction is something like if I want to buy I have around $100 in my account, okay, and if I want to say that I want to buy, currently we buy by shares, like I want to buy two
Mm,
shares of Apple, and if I want to buy by amount, like I want to buy $2 worth of
mm,
app, so you can buy include
mm.
dollars, and it will give you the respective amount,
Yeah.
like amount of number of shares.
Right. So, unlike Indian market, right, the US market shares usually are in like, tens of dollars or hundreds of dollars, even some work share would be in few thousands, right, like Class A and all. So when you don't have this in your MVP, the fractional share, would you think like, you will have a sizable market to address in your MVP?
This is a very important feature. So that is why I kept it just for the next phase once we have the
Hmm.
pipelines built. Obviously, answering to your question, when we think about an Indian investors, they don't think like I can just buy some few shares of Apple and all just as of now. So fractional is something very important for them.
Hmm.
Uh, so so they will be hesitant, but I think there are if I am targeting the primary personas who have already done their research, they know about the market, they will be interested in not only the bigger and the popular stocks, and they will be interested in the other set also, like they have their research done, so they will obviously it will not it is a very good feature to have, but it will not be a blocker for those who are just want to invest and they just need a platform.
Okay, so that case, wouldn't your target market shift to higher HNIs than a retail investor?
So if I'm working in a B2B2C model, my HNI will also come via the broker only. All
Yeah, that is
so
right. So the
yeah.
target audience, see B2B to C is like, you'll have your brokers in the US, so that becomes your middle
No,
layer.
no, no. We have
Hmm,
brokers here in the
yeah,
in India. So
Indian
we don't
market,
work
right?
in a B2C. We work in a B2B2C where they use our platform and we just provide white label platform.
Okay.
So these
Hmm.
are primarily the brokers who don't want to build their own platforms and they don't want to take that overhead and nothing on the execution side and the brokerage side and all. So they want everything to be done via someone, but they have customers.
Oh, got it. Okay. So what is the size of the market and what is your revenue model here?
So we are, like I had earlier mentioned, so we are looking for around our market share to increase from 30 to 35% here in the from our current market share. These are hypothetical figures.
So what is the baseline for this? What is the base number?
So the base number was built the base number for our current market share. Sorry, I
No,
didn't get.
the revenue or like no the TAM. All right. So can you touch upon that part?
So
So internal growth is fine, the 35%, but what is the base you are kind of growing?
the user base, are we talking about here?
User base, your revenue, the
So,
sizable market, like the
so,
investor market in itself.
so we are targeting like on the user base, we're targeting around 5K, 5 to 6K users in the next 3 months.
Okay.
And we around after launch in 60 days we are keeping a tab for around 3 to 5% active US traders. That is a matrix that we are working, the 3 to 5% active US traders in 2 months of launch, and 85% trade completion rate.
Okay. So got it. So that will roughly translate to 150 to 250 users, right?
Correct.
Okay. And what is the unit economics for this? Like, what is the expectation from these users from the revenue generation point of view?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So yeah, you have 250, high performing individuals, right? The traders or the investors, right? So what is the outcome of that? What do they mean to you? These 250 users, what will be the business benefit out of this?
Okay, so the business benefit, what we will get is the brokerage
Mhm.
that we will get from every trade that we do here, and there will be a revenue sharing model between the broker and between the business broker and us. So that will be one thing, and the other will be that is something.
Okay, do you have any numbers for that? Just wanted to understand.
No. No, I don't have
Okay.
numbers for that. But like our main model will be something like if we give the platform, so that will be a platform fees, the commissions that we charge on every trade to the user, and the revenue sharing model that will be between the broker and us.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much, Tyagarajan.
Thank you for your feedback.
Now, Gayatri ma'am, would you like to give Tanya her score out of 10?
Yeah. So, Tanya, because it is an existing app, maybe you're overlooking some of the things, but for this presentation, the expectation is the agile part where get more deep into the details, which I think is missing. So I would give a 6 for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And Tyagarajan, would you like to give Tanya her score?
Yeah, I'd go with 5.5 because of some missing parts in the MVP, the overall flow, and also the business model was not very clearly presented.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tyagarajan, for the score. Yes, now let's go to the audience poll. Kindly hold on 1 minute. Let me get the audience scanner ready. All right, audience and other teams, please do scan the QR code and cast your votes for Tanya. All right, thank you so much for that, audience and other teams. So let's have a look at the audience poll for Tanya. Yes. Thank you so much, Tanya, for the effort that you put. Appreciate it. Now we have the final team to present. So that's team 4, Anamika, Shubham, Divya, and Ashish. So guys, whenever you're ready, please let me know and I'll start the timer.
Yeah, we are ready. Let me share. Is my screen visible to everyone? Okay. Anamika, let's just start. You are on mute, Anamika.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I think two of my team already shared a similar product, but definitely we have a different USP for our product. And as you know, all these, concepts, I'll go a little back, like, greenwashing or, green travel, sustainable travel, all these terminologies, I think this all these opinions or all these kind of habits already we had. If you think about like back in days when we used to go for when we used to get that summer vacation, definitely we used to go for some travel, right? Maybe it is in South India or in Kashmir, all these places. And what used to go there, we will go there, we will see like whether we should travel by which vehicle will be better for us, right? And in that local market also, we would like to, that time we would like to, explore. So all these things were already there, but now what is happening due to this technological growth, we are becoming more organized. So that is why we are coining different terms, and then we are trying to marketize it. And even we are making the users more aware of that, aware of the environment, aware of the local culture, all these things. So our this app is basically it's a Varda. Varda means green or fresh. Okay. So what this app will do, definitely this is an AI powered app which will actually help the customers to search for that, help the customer to discover the places and have an very easy way to booking, and where they do not have to go through kind of complex filling up the forms and all, and they can do it everything within less than 10 minutes. So go to that next slide, Shubham. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So here is that main problem what we are trying to capture. As you can check that it is like information overload. Like whenever we'll try to search anything, some 10 tabs or 10 pages we have to go. So what we are doing it here, the moment it will be an AI simple conversational app, the moment you will put your requirement, you will get 3 options with every details, including how much you are setting up this environmental effect, carbon emission, cost, everything will be given. And it is there will be no hidden. If you see that carbon data rarely appears. Here, our special, what I was talking about, that our specialty is that with all options, whether you are traveling with aeroplane or you are traveling with train, everywhere we will be sharing the details like how much carbon emission you are actually, blocking, or how much you are contributing to the nature. Go to the next slide. Yeah, that market opportunity, even all the previous team has also mentioned that it is that, compound annual growth is 12.5%, and that the market is 330 billion by 2027, and that we have done a competitive analysis also, like Skyscanner, Expedia. Go to the next slide. Here the main vision of our product is that empower. This is the main thing. Empower travelers explore the whole world with awareness, ensuring every journey contributes positively to nature, culture, and future generations. And if you see that two important things here. Future generations, we are capturing, millennials as well capturing the Gen Z also. And what we are doing it here, it is like for the planet, how much you are actually, what happens like till now, whatever the apps are available, all this green algorithm, it is like a black box. So that we are trying to open it. And even some of the travelers, they will not understand all these algorithms, all these calculations. So they can check the less information also. That options is also there. And that is what the North Star of our product is, that every active traveler who are traveling through our app, they are contributing something in the nature. Going to the next slide. Yeah, our solution is completely AI powered. As I have already mentioned that it will be using simple conversational app. And yeah, go to the next slide. Yeah, we are capturing these three kinds of user segments. Like if you see that all three users, they are well known, tech savvy, everything is common, but what is different, their problems are different. Maya is a marketing manager, and if you see that follows sustainability influencers, everything she avoids, but she is not trusting the app. Like actually she is doing that, contributing something to the society or the environment. If you go to that, this Maya will cover almost 60% of that user segment. And now go to the Alex. Alex is an activist traveler. You can say that she is having the critical thinking. If she knows like yes, I am doing the right thing, stop that greenwashing. Her comment is the stop the greenwashing. She wants to know everything. And coming to the Priya isn't like family coordinator, is a happy mother. She is not having all those time to do all these explorations. So she needs an easy solution. Go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll hand over to Shubham.
Thank you, Anamika. Thank you for setting the context very clearly. So, as we mentioned, we want to create a awareness in travel industry and travelers that when they are traveling or planning anything, they are contributing to carbon emissions, and they should be aware, and they should also start thinking how they should reduce their carbon footprint and while planning a travel. So, our scope is bigger. Our North Star is uh, huge, but for a MVP, we are only focusing on the part where we just want to create a awareness that whenever a user is planning anything or any trip, they understand what kind of carbon emissions they are doing and what are the alternatives to reduce their carbon footprint to still achieve that travel goal and still contribute something in the environment. So we have created we have actually created the, sorry, we have actually distributed our product road mapping into 5 epics, that is discover, plan, compare, decide, and share. And we have, as we have mentioned, the AI is the core of our product to provide all these relevant information. So we used Moscow method to understand what is the must have and what will be the should have for our product. Sorry, with this, I will take you through the Zira. 1 minute. So our core goal of this course was to understand the tools which we use for the agile product management and how we should define and distribute the things. So as we mentioned, we have distributed our goal is to create the awareness. So we need a platform where you can converse and it will give you possible options and also inform you that what will be the carbon footprint you are going to cause. So with this, we have created 9 epics to cover, and then these we have considered 2 weeks sprints and then 6 months MVP goal. And then we distributed all these epics epics in the sprints. And then we splitted the epics into the user story. And if we go to any user story, for example, you will see the story has been given a description, acceptance criteria, and it has further broken down into the task. And these tasks involve the front end changes, back end changes, and who is responsible. So, for example, if I open a task here, you will see the details, what is needed, how many hours it is required to complete, which kind of development or engineering effort is required, in which sprint it is present. So this is how what we learned in the course, like how to use tools to implement agile methodology in the product development. With this, I will hand it over back to Anamika, where she will walk us through the UX part which we have created for our prototype.
Shubham, can we just, yeah, I'll share it.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen, everyone? Yeah, we tried to keep it very simple. If you just go here and if you just put that, like this is your requirements. If you put it, so it will show you this is that, compare the transport and everything. You'll get it. So this much actually we have generated. And if you choose train, then also you can see that it is your sustainable trip summary. And we will be sending an email after the trip also with all the details.
Team, in fact, your time is actually up. If you want, you can
We
have
are
30
done.
more seconds. All right, super.
We are done. Thank you. And we are open to questions. Shubham, do you have anything? I think we are done, right?
Yeah, we are good. Thank you.
All right, Tyagarajan, do you want to take the lead? Do you want to talk to the team?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, team. It was a good presentation. Uh, so just a question on the MVP part. So is your MVP focusing only on the chat aspect, like the users will have to chat on the application every time?
Yeah, so look, we looked into the problem statement and we identified there for travel booking, there is a lot of app in the market. Okay, and they are very big majors. And the thing which is lacking is that if I have to go Dubai, there are possible, I will go to, let's assume I go to the Make My Trip. I created my trip, decided everything, and I booked everything. But in this whole journey, I'm not getting a awareness that in this whole trip, how much carbon I'm going to emit in the market, in the environment, and is there any alternate which I can use to reduce my carbon footprint? We are not saying that we will reach to the zero carbon footprint state. What we want to, what we want to achieve in our MVP, that we want to create a AI model or AI product which actually tells you that, look, it's okay, you are going to do that, but if you do this same trip in a certain different way, you will also contribute something positively in the environment, and that will be something sustainable and will be beneficial for the future for our future generation. So uh, and if this MVP is something which is successful, then this can be a plug and play kind of product for all the other big players which we have in the market, and giving the lot better travel booking solution to just integrate with our model and provide this information upfront to the user.
Okay. So the model is to kind of like integrate with other existing players, and the interface will always be chat. How do
Interface
you
can,
come?
yeah, yes,
Yes.
because chat
Yeah.
is more friendly in terms of conversing, in terms of instead of going click, click, click and find the
Hmm.
right answer.
Okay, all right. So, do you think like people who usually don't like to chat, for example, like someone above 40 years, all right, but yeah, they actually would love to have a green travel, right, or less carbon footprint travel. So, will it
I
be a friction for them?
I would shift the age limit which I'm 40 and I
I'm just
love
giving an
all the
example,
AI
like
tools.
yeah.
Let's
Hmm.
say some elderly people.
Hmm.
Okay, so I, in a start, when we are focusing on MVP, I'm not considering them as my target
Hmm.
customers because we have observed that most of the elderly people, like plus 55, the travel plans usually happens by someone else. Okay,
Hmm.
if they do use some app. So for now, I'm not considering that as our target customer. Our focus is somewhere people who are between 25 to 45 or max 50, who are very tech savvy. They understand the app, how it works, and something like that.
That is why if you see that in our user persona, we have captured three segments where all three were tech savvy. But at the same time, if you see that where we have mentioned that vision, we have mentioned that it is for millennials as well
And
as
Gen
that,
Z. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
Gen Z. So that is what it is our future, definitely the future feature will be like, conversational AI, so that who doesn't like to do the chat and all, they can go through that conversation, if any language and all. So that is
The,
Right.
our, like, not
yeah,
in that immediate MVP, but definitely it is that option or the scope is there.
the
Okay.
whole
Right.
idea is to
Hmm.
reduce the time of
Yes.
exploration and
Ex-
give the output as soon as you have some thought in your mind.
Right.
And one more thing here, I would like to highlight that even we have kept an kind of news bulletin. If you would like to see like the details of this, what is this discovery it is happening in the back end, like maybe based on your requirement, I will give some three places. That is the restriction of our app. So that you do not have to go here and there. But if anyone would like to explore it, that option will be there in that app, like he can go and check like on which basis we are giving these options.
Right. So basically, our discovery also will be there, but for the MVP, it is going to be chat, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay. I think got it. And I remember like your MVP was around like 6 months, right? The development and launch of MVP.
yes, yes.
Okay. Now, if your investor says like 6 months is time is too long, and they need it in 3 months,
So
which ones will you knock it off and then like launch in 3 months timeline? Can you go
Feel-
back to your Gansha?
yeah, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, Gantt chart. Okay, I need to switch my screen. Okay. So, if it is something which I have to drop because I have to fit something in. So first of all, if my investors are saying that they want to reduce the period of from 6 to 3, I really want to understand what is the hurry, why
Mm.
we want to reduce the bare minimum scope which we want to do to make this product success, because the features are going to make your product success. Okay, but if it's still something which they want, let's assume they want to split MVP into MVP1, MVP2 also, then the thing which I will drop is that the feature where we are providing you all the trip related. So once you identify the information using our conversational AI, after that, we have a feature that once you complete the trip and share the details, we will tell you that how was your trip in terms of green
Mm.
earth. So I will drop that feature for MVP one, because that is something not required, because it requires a lot of AI analysis based on the data point provided from you. to understand the carbon equivalent for that. And the other thing which we can drop off is the
So I think second point we can ask them like, is there they are going to raise their budget? If they're going to raise their budget, then we can expand our team. So there will be, the balance between dropping the features and budget. So
their point. Yes.
that's what we have to, sit with that investors, like where you want to compromise. You want to compromise in the budget, or you want to compromise in that, how our product will hit the market, because it should not happen that product will hit the market without any proper impact. So that also we have to, analyze.
No, thanks. Okay. And so what is the revenue model?
So, Thyagraj, since this was a agile product management
Mhm.
capstone, we have not touched base heavily on the GTM and the revenue model.
Okay. So just let me know, is it going to be a commission model integration with multiple platforms?
It
Yeah,
will be
so as
better
we said,
integration.
yeah,
Yeah.
it will, as I said, it will be a integration, AI-driven more product, which we want to integrate with all the big players in the travel industry to create awareness around the sustainability. So it will be a commission model from the apps. Yeah,
Okay. And which part of your Epic is covering the?
sorry, which part is covering the integration?
Yeah.
No, I don't need to. These epics are not covering integration because integration is not MVP. Integration is the second phase. The first phase, as I said, is just creating the awareness about your carbon footprint and sustainability in the traveler.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Thanks. So overall, I like the story that you brought in, and also the presentation of the chart and the visualization on the sprint and overall flow of it. So chat, yeah, maybe because the target audience, right? We are touching only the Gen Z and maybe the
Millennials.
millennials too, right? So chat, yeah, works for them, but in terms of expansion, from there further, will chat be the only area to focus on something I want to see in the later phases? Other than that, yes. It is in a way it covers the greenwashing aspect, the trust, especially for a user who wants to kind of avoid these the commercial travels and then go on this. And before the travel as well as post travel, you are kind of giving an assurance that you have saved so and so. That actually enhances the trust factor. So I see a good chance of repeat happening here. So that is
Okay.
one critical part, to covering the trust factor. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The customer will also feel good, like, yes,
Yeah.
I
That
have that
a
knowledge and
delight
I'm doing this.
always
Yeah.
is needed,
Yeah.
especially for people who would kind of take this niche product.
Yes.
Well, I think you have covered most of the part. Business model, yes, I am kind of finding some gap, maybe because the focus is more on the agile part of it.
Actually, even time was also a constraint. I have very fast, I have, passed by
Mm,
that business model and all.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is really a good one. So yeah, that's all I had. So just had one point on the business model, rest I'm fine with that.
Do you
Okay.
want me
Thank
to
you.
share that part once again, that business model?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Tyagarajan, for your feedback.
And just
Now,
one,
can we?
I think I forgot. Sorry, just
No
1
problem.
second. Actually, this project was developed by two other team members also, but today for some reason they could not join. I'm sorry, but I should mention that. That's why.
No problem. Thank you for keeping us updated about it. Appreciate it. Now, yes, one final thing. We need the scores from our beloved jury. Gayatri ma'am, would you like to give the team the
Yeah.
score?
No, I have not done my feedback yet.
All right. Okay. Sure. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. So, one thing I want to understand is what is the problem you are trying to solve? Is it green path or
Greenwashing
chat?
and awareness of the traveler, like how much
Mhm.
do you really know what is sustainable
Okay.
travel and
Why
greenwashing?
why an AI model is needed for it? A chat is needed for it? If the
Eh,
So
user
chat
wants
is
to know only their
That
carbon
green
related.
algorithm, that green algorithm which is developed, it's a tool is available. Okay. So that was, I'll tell you like who has developed that also. So this green algorithm, if you have to use it to do the proper calculation, then you have to take the help of AI. Otherwise,
Sure.
you need
AI
that
is
platform.
fine. Why a chat model for the user? Why
To
not
keep
a
it
normal
simple.
web?
so
Normal web,
the
yeah, go
there
ahead.
is a I will take that question,
Mhm.
Anamika. Okay. So the problem with a normal web kind of thing is that they have to be aware about what they are exactly looking so that they can provide the exact keyword in the search or then do the click 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 kind of user journey. Okay. What we want to why we have considered the conversational AI kind of approach, because let's assume I want to go to some place in May. Sorry, I live in Saudi Arabia. So I want to go in some place in May where which is near to Saudi, where I don't have this geopolitical issues and which is also little cooler because May will be very warm in Saudi. Okay. Now I don't know the as of now that what is my place. Is it Georgia? Is it Azerbaijan? Is it Paris? It is Europe or somewhere. So I don't want, since I am not aware, I'm just giving the uh, generic prompt so that my AI, so that I can interact with the system and redefine my requirement to come up with the possible options. And with these possible options, what kind of environmental impact you are going to make and what can be the alternatives to reduce your environment impact. So our focus is on this part. This is our problem statement.
Okay. But when we ask to reduce the timeline, you have removed the green path related
No, we
requirement.
no,
First.
we have not removed that. We have removed. So our project was having a feature where once you complete your trip, okay, then it will actually tell you that how much thing. So there are two parts. One is the app will suggest you the alternatives in this when you are planning a trip, and then second part is when you complete the trip, it tells you that how much carbon
Carbon
emissions you have
emissions.
reduced. So we reduce that part because this is the planning the trip with the awareness is more important as compared to looking into the outcome after the trip is completed. First of all, I will not allow investors to reduce the timeline. Either I will ask more money or I will stick to the 6 month. But if something goes south, this is the feature which I can plan for MVP two after looking into the success rate of the AI model.
And
Okay.
it is like post trip, it will be kind of a detailed report, like what are the things you have done. It is on the sustainable travel, right? Not only carbon emission, how you have helped in that local culture or local what is that finance, all these
So you
things.
will drop
So
that feature, not the initial one, you mean to say.
yes. So it
Okay.
will take it's sustainable time. It will catch. So that's what we were
So,
ready to drop that feature in the initial phase.
Okay. Um, One other thing is your personas are mostly demographic related uh, considerations. You have considered only demographic related ones, not their behavior related ones. All of them, uh, what what they do when they plan for such travel is not the behavioral aspect of them is not available in your personas, which I think should be added. I think even the first team did not do it. The behavioral aspect of the persona is more critical than the demographic aspect, because when you understand the behavior of a customer, you will come to know whether they need a chatbot or they need an aggregator or it should be a marketplace or what kind of solution. So that is something which, if you try to look into the customer behavior, probably you altogether your solution might change. Okay, that is one. And another thing is your story. When you have showed your user stories in Jira, the story description is only one line, and you have added the detail as a task. Your story should have the entire description, what should be covered in that particular epic. You have to break it down as granular stories. Your epic has one line of description, directly you have added the task. Instead, it should have a user story, your epic, your user stories, then your task for all those things. Generally, task will be what the development team will do, what the tester will do. Such kind of thing will be a task. Is it
Okay.
clear?
We
Because
we
your
followed the epic user story and task structure.
Yeah.
okay, but your user stories. Can I see your user story then?
Just 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this is a one user story.
Correct. So what is the description?
The first time visitor, I want to immediately understand what Varda does and how it helps me so that I can decide if it's worth my time to explore further.
Okay. So how are you? How what should be done? I mean, how will this be achieved as
By
a
achieving
visitor?
completing these tasks.
Correct.
And
These are the user stories, because you have a acceptance criteria, right? With that description, did you arrive this acceptance criteria? The acceptance criteria in your
so
right
acceptance
side.
criteria is based on whatever task you have to
Task, yeah.
complete inside this user
Acceptance
story.
criteria is based on the user story. You give a acceptance criteria for an user story, not for a task.
So we create a user story with a functional flow what we want to achieve.
So
Okay.
where is that user
And
story?
this is user story.
Okay.
After that, we have broken down the task.
And then we have created this acceptance criteria that
Exactly. Exactly that is what I'm trying to convey. So you should have an user story where as an user I should have, and then you should add the entire description saying like the user should have an option to travel lighter with see further option. They should have a start planning option, and the once the user start feeding their input in the chat box, the output should have the carbon transparency, AI powered trusted methodology. So all these details should be a part of your description or the detail what you are giving in the story. For that, you will cover an acceptance criteria.
okay, fair point.
Task is something which what the developers will do, what the testers will do. That is a task. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that is a task. Usually, if you are writing an acceptance criteria, how will a tester or a developer know that they are achieving that particular acceptance criteria? This is a subtask. Remove the subtask from the entire picture, because that are different things. Now with the description, can they do this entire acceptance criteria? No, because the description is insufficient. We should have the entire detail. That's the logic basically.
Okay, I will take it as a feedback, but in my experience so far in last 15 years, I have seen that people use it in a different way in a different organization and different projects.
True.
But I will take it as a feedback that
But what is being given in this IPL, I think is based on that only I gave a feedback, because I was also once a student in IPL, so I have learned writing user stories from here. So I know their content. I know I have actually learned to write user story from their trainings only. My user stories got refined. So based
Yeah,
on their training, I
because
gave this
to our
feedback.
knowledge, for example, one functional task need 5 subtasks. Okay, so that's 5 subtasks need to be tested individually. Okay, after that I can say that yes, this task is completed. So in that sense, we
I
have
think
kept that,
there is a there is a discrepancy because the way it has been taught to us in the module, it has been taught to us in a way that your epic should cover a very high level user journey, which should be broken down into the functional user story.
Correct.
And then functional user story should be broken down into the
to
actual
task.
implementation task which you have to
Right,
do.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yes, that's
So I agree with you that our description is one liner that could be more descriptive and more information should be present. But on the thought process wise, the structure which we have prepared, that is still aligned with the way it has been taught to us, that the epic is covering a one end-to-end journey which has broken down multiple functional user stories, and then the stories is broken down into actual technical tasks and
technical
who
task
is
and the
going to
testing.
cover that task, like front end,
okay.
back end, DevOps, everything.
Can I see your epic? One epic?
Yeah, I still say even if for Epic, we will get the same comment. The descriptions are less. So, for example,
No. I mean,
yeah. So
it's
this is
not
our
about just the description. It is the information in it.
yeah. So
It
this
is
is a
what.
user onboarding Epic where enable first
Oh,
time
I'm not
visitor to.
in.
No, Shubham, we are not able to see. Share your screen.
Oh, 1 minute. Sorry, I didn't click on share screen. Now,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is one Epic user onboarding. This
Mm-hmm.
is one user journey which I have to cover in my application. Now, in this one, we want to, when we want to enable first-time visitor to understand our product value, start using without friction. And user should land on home page, understand value proposition, and start conversation without signing up barriers. Okay. Now, in this one, I need to cover 3 functional space. One is landing, then start the conversation without the sign up, and guide through the first trip planning experience, which we have shown in the UX, right? Now, if I go to the first user story, I want to, yeah, I want them to land on the page and without any problem, and they should understand the value. So now it has been broken down into the instrument page view and CTA clicks, define IA, copy and success matrix, feature flag, rollback playbook, build responsive landing navigation components, cross browser accessibility smoke test. Now this, if I open any task, this is the actual task which a developer have to do. So this has been estimated with some number of hours. This has been tagged that as it is a front end development or back end development, and something like that. So
Okay.
I
Where will the tester then do the task?
so there was a separate task for tester. 1 minute.
No, for the CTA.
Sorry,
No, for that
this.
instrument page CTA. That is cross-browser accessibility. For instrument page
Yes.
view and CTA clip, this is a developer task. Where is the tester task?
No. This task is not this is a task which needs to happen, and within the task, the tester will also cover their
Tester will
capacity.
have their task. That is how the entire Agile works.
Okay.
When there is a user story, it is the combined effort of multiple teams.
Correct.
Developer, tester, deployment, everyone will have one task and their own timelines. This estimated hour is a developer estimated hours, for example.
Okay.
Now, where will you define your tester estimated hours? There should be a task for it.
Okay.
Right.
There is a
That is where
separate task.
I'm coming from. That is where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
What you have done, you should combine all these things, basically,
Means we
I
have only
understand.
covered
Yes.
developers, but we have to cover testers,
Testers
QA,
also.
everywhere, even QA also.
Hold on a minute. Your 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, all these things, the detail of it will get into a description. So this becomes
Okay.
one user story. And
Okay.
for that user story, you will create multiple tasks, or your land on a home page and understand a value will have stories, instrument page view and CTA click, one user story, where you will give your entire functionality related to the view and click and what are all the detail needed as one story, and a task for a developer and a task for a tester, and who are all the stakeholders involved in it for the execution will have one task, and they will
Okay.
estimate their effort. Cumulative of it is the story effort. In a 2 week sprint, you will know, okay, it's a 2 week sprint. For this particular user story, I need 5 days. So another 5 more days for another user story. So they can take 2 user story in one sprint.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the thing. Or otherwise, everything other things are fine. And one thing is, just check what I'm not really clear about revenue model, because since you have not worked on it, still you have to check on one other aspect where you will have ChatGPT, Gemini kind of things also. So which will put the entire itinerary. I can chat and get the tour plan and other information. What value add will this AI model will give to a traveler when they are planning, rather than going for those kind of free model? That is something which you need to work on. Okay.
That's a good point.
Maybe
Good
in
point.
your future, if you are working on this same idea, you can work on that. That is anyways not the agile project management related one, but yeah, that is very critical when you design a product. You have such kind of competitors, very prominent ones available. So if you are solving it only, you will know how the product discovery part of your product will work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a good
Thank you.
input.
Thank you,
Thank
Gayatri.
you,
Thank you, Tyagaraja.
Gayatri ma'am, for the feedback. And thank you for reminding me that you hadn't given feedback. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So can we move to the score giving part of the session? Tyagaraja, would you like to take the lead?
Yeah. So I'd give 7.5. The only missing part was the business model completion. Otherwise, I'm fine with other aspects.
Thank you so much. Gayatri ma'am, would you like to give the team their score?
Yeah, it will be 5.5 because the critical thing is agile and breaking down on the user story, which is very critical for this entire topic or the presentation. So maybe we can rework on that. It is just the small alignment or the way you have divided the stories and details. So you can rework on that part or get a clarity. The overall structure is fine. Only thing is where it has to go. That is something which you if you concentrate more, it is fine. So yeah, 5.5. Aruna, I think you are on mute.
Yes, thank you so much, Gayatri ma'am. Thank you again for that. Tyagaraja, I just want to confirm the score you gave. So you gave the team 7.5 on 10, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So I got that right. Okay. Now it's time for audience, your part. So you can please go ahead, scan the QR given on the screen and kindly cast the words for Team 4. Thank you so much, audience and rest of the team, for casting your vote for Team 4. Let's take a look at the results. All right, that brings us to a conclusion for today's special Skillathon event for Agile Product Management. Now, here is the part where I would love to hear from the jury. Before that, I thank both of you for your valuable time and the valuable feedback that you have presented so kindly for all of our learners. Really appreciate that. And now I'd like to hear about how your experience was for this particular event. Can we start with Gayatri ma'am? Ma'am, would you like to share with us today's experience?
Yeah. Overall, it was a very good experience. I can see the effort people have put in doing this. Learning a new skill or learning through it. Keep learning. Uh, Product management is one thing which you can improvise through practice only. So I hope this is your first, probably such kind of work. So if try to do more so that you will get more experience, more new perspective, more learning. Mm, Product thinking is one which people should have. I can see a lot of presentations having that product thinking aspect. So invest more time in product thinking on understanding what would have been taken to get such feature in our day-to-day products, whatever we use, be it a B2B, B2C product. So such kind of investment in the time will get you more knowledge and experience, and over a period you will gain you will become a better product manager, where you will even know that this presentation could be made better in many aspects. So that is one thing. So one, yeah, so invest more time on a lot of products. That is the basics than all these things. Learn about a lot of products. So product learning is something which every product manager should have and focus on it. Okay. So all the best for everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the insightful feedback and for addressing the group. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Now, Tyagarajan, would you like to share a few words about how today went for you?
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, first of all. It was a good experience for me, interacting with a lot of folks. All right. Um, so I believe I focused more on the product definition, than the business model, the metrics, right? So most of us in product management, right? So when we get into the agile product management, we get away with all the user story building, acceptance criteria building, all those, right? But we sometimes miss the key point. Why are we doing this, right? So I always, tell my fellow product teams, even my business analysts, why should the team pick this? Why should the team work on this than the other one, right? So that's where this metric comes into play, all right? So if you focus more on this, for example, if I am focusing on improving XYZ metric by 10%, you will then start prioritizing everything towards achieving that. All right. So that's why I always insist people to focus on that. Then the rest of the things will fall into place. So that is one area. Maybe even in within the agile product management, it helps in prioritization. So one area, when I ask one team where, if you have to knock off one feature, or within 3 months timeline, if you have to build, what will you do, right? So they really logically pick one aspect. So that's the real world problem. We'll go through this day in day out when you get into product world, right? There'll be a lot of stakeholders. You will not have authority, but you'll have to make some plans, right? And will deliver value. So agile is one, and also the value output, right? So just focus on that, marry these two, then you will see a whole different picture, like what you are doing, what value you are delivering to the end users, right? So end of the day, product managers are the advisors or the advocates of the customers, right? So they represent the customers to different stakeholders, or the end users to different stakeholders, right? So bring metric into your daily work, and then have the process of agile product management. Then you will see better value output. Once again, thanks for inviting me here. I really enjoyed this.
It's all our pleasure, sir. I mean, Tyagarajan. It's been an honor and pleasure to host this prestigious event featuring all the very creative and effective ideas that I myself got to witness. And even more than that, it was a privilege to have shared this particular event with both of you, both Gayatri ma'am and Tyagarajan. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting in all the effort to be here today. Now, before we get to the announcement of the winners, please do accept this certificate of appreciation from the institute side, both of the juries. Yes, this is for you, Gayatri ma'am, and
Thank you.
yes, that's your certificate of appreciation,
Thank you
Tyagarajan.
so much.
Yeah, so I'll make
Pleasure
sure
to be
that
here.
please
So
continue, ma'am.
some of these things, we don't think too much about it in our daily work. So this is a chance for me also to go back and think, okay, what I have learned. So
It's like a
yes,
refresher.
yes. So thanks for the opportunity.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
The pleasure is all ours, ma'am. Now, yes, let's get to the most exciting part of the day. So before I announce the Skillathon winner or winners for this particular Agile Product Management Skillathon, do we have any guesses? Uh, you can comment on the chat box or voice out if you have any guesses who's going to win today. I can give you 20 seconds again for that.
I personally like Team 2's presentation. It was very detailed. So I think if anyone one should be winner, they should be the winner.
Thanks for your
That's so
kind
nice.
words,
Thank you.
Shubham.
Thank you so much. That was really sweet of you, Shubham. All right, now let's do the big reveal. All right, so the winners for today's Agile Product Management Skillathon are Susmita, Sonia, Vijay Karthikeyan, and Anambika Shubham. So it's Team 2 and Team 4. Congratulations to all the winners. Really, really, really proud of all the creative projects that you put forward. And yes. So, hearty congratulations. Now, Team 2 and Team 4, would you like to say a few words about your victory today?
I can go first. Okay. I will just share what we were feeling. So the presentation was going to start at 4 o'clock, and at 3:50, me and Anamika were discussing should we present or not present because our content was still in a it was not in the right shape, and two of our team members has backed out in the last moment. But we decided, okay, whatever happens, let's still present it. We will get some feedback, and that matters most. The feedback which we are getting. So it was a good experience. It was my first Skillathon, and thank you IPL for giving this opportunity.
All right, I'll go next. Thank you for this opportunity, IPL, and thanks for the feedback from both Tyagarajan and Gayatri ma'am. And we as like Shubham pointed out, he was quick enough to point it out and appreciate that he guess our team would be the winner. But we were thinking that, I mean, I was thinking personally that they have also done a good job on the same topic, and there are some distinct features and unique selling points were also there, which was a good learning. So I should thank them as well for a good learning, and I also thank my teammates for putting all the efforts and did a great job. And really, from the other participants as well, and the feedback that we received for the other participants. It was a really great experience to be part of it and take away from that. Thank you very much.
That was very sweet, Shubham and Vijay Karthikeyan. Anyone else would like to have share a few words?
Yeah, see, before, as Shubham mentioned, before this program, I have asked Joji to give us time till 3:55. At 3:55, we'll decide whether we are going to present or not. So now the expectation is more from this program. And even we asked you, like, what if we don't join? If it's like, what are the things we are going to lose? But now I feel like, yeah, it's a very good program, very informative. Actually, we have, get a chance to know what, if you see that all 4 teams have covered so many different areas, that I really like it. Now the expectation is more. Now I would like to go through that slides individually if you share it. So is there any way we can check it? It's a question, not a feedback.
Share between us. No problem at all.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now, I am also a bit, this is very interesting because it's very rare that two teams tie. They have the same score. That very rarely happens. So, both team 2 and team 4, where you got the same score. So, congratulations to both of you. So, there are 2 teams as winners of Skillathon. That's very interesting.
Aruna, if you don't mind, I can just add one thing,
Sure,
because
sure. Please go ahead.
we participated in the last Skillathon as well, UI UX Skillathon, but we couldn't win. So there was a lot of good feedback. So when we got selected for this Skillathon for Agile, so I was telling Vijay that, Vijay, see, we have received, because faculty feedback is just like nurturing a kid. Like, so they try to be very sweet to us, and they try to understand what is taught to them in the class, and that's what they're trying to implement. But when we come to here and see all the industry experts coming, their perspective is really like completely different, and they give us a lot of very wider perspective, real perspective, I would say, apart from what we get to present in the capstone projects. So it has really helped me, and few questions which Tyagarajan had asked me, and it just still is running in my mind, so that I'll go now and I'll kind of research more and get to get to things what he was actually meaning to ask me, and what well should I present, given him, or I mean, not right answer though, but how well should I have had knowledge on the questions that he was asking. So even Gayatri ma'am, all the inputs were really valuable. So I think we'll have to work on a lot of things from now. So this Skillathon is really helping us, I would say.
Well, I'm more than glad to hear that. And another thing, you mentioned that, you made it very close to after the last capstone. So in IPL, we say good things take time. That is something we very strongly follow. So yes, good things did come now. So I hope you're happy now, Sonia. Congratulations. All right. So that concludes today's Skillathon event. Thank you, beloved juries, and all of you, very creative people out there, for taking the effort and the time to be a part of today's special event. I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish all of you a very brilliant weekend forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.